moment for you and a disappointing result. How do you reflect on that 90 plus minutes?
Many mistakes, and they were stronger in the second balls, so they were a better team. But we did a lot of mistakes that can it become harder to win a game, and that's all.
What do you put those mistakes down to at this moment in time? Is there a lack of confidence and perhaps even a lack of belief amongst some of your players at this moment?
It's a little bit of everything. It's hard to point one thing that goes wrong in these moments, but it's really hard to win against these top teams like Newcastle. And when we make mistakes that can help the opponent to score, it's harder. But let's focus on Thursday. It's really important for us.
Were some of the goals you conceded today too easy from your perspective for Newcastle to score?
I think you can see that we can do so much better. So that's it. Let's focus on Thursday. Analyze this game, but all the mistakes that we did today, we cannot do it Thursday.
I can sense the disappointment and perhaps the anger within you at this moment in time. Once again, the criticism will come from outside, from pundits, from media people. Is the belief in your players that you can see that other people can't see? That the criticism will come, lack of running, lack of commitment in key moments. Do you understand that criticism?
I understand it. I don't care. Nothing is worse than lose games. So people can say whatever they want to say, and it's hard to I don't want to defend myself or anything like that, because if you look at our position in the table, says it all. So let's move on. It's really important Thursday, so I don't care what people say. Losing games is the hardest part by far from this job. So again, let's focus on Thursday.
How big then is Thursday? It was big before today. How big does it become now for Manchester United as a whole? Not just you, not just the players.
No, of course, it's really important. We know that we have a chance to get Champions League, but let's focus stage by stage. We have an important game on Thursday. It's going to be really, really hard, but we need to focus on that and then go to the next stage.
What do you do to pick your players up, and whatever players you choose to put out there on Thursday? What do you do to instill the belief that you will need to go further in that competition in the hope of still getting Champions League football next season?
We had one season a lot like that, with difficult losses, difficult moments. So we are used to get up also. So we can do that Thursday. Let's focus on Thursday. So it's a different game when the ball when the game starts is a different history with our fans. We need to give something to our fans and to go to the next stage.
We spoke about Andre Onana before the game. What's your sense now? Does he come back into the reckoning for Thursday?
Everybody. Again, it's a difficult season. So tomorrow we are going to prepare the next game. He's not forgetting this game, but he's focused on the next one, because in this game, after the game, we cannot change nothing. So let's focus on the next one.
Ruben, one very final question. You've always been very open and honest with us about the task you faced here and the difficulties you faced. But is that task a bigger task now, where you find yourselves and looking forward, and how big, in your opinion, is it to change the fortunes of this club?
We already talked about that. Let's focus on game by game. So if you think in all the pictures, sometimes it's really hard to face all the problems at the same time. Our biggest problem is the game on Thursday. Let's focus on that.
We wish you a change of fortune.
Thank you very much.
That for Harvey Barnes, despite the protestations of Bruno. So this is how it looks then in the race for the Champions League, with the positions of the teams across the top, from Nottingham Forest in third, Newcastle, Manchester City, Chelsea, down to Aston Villa, with the games that they have remaining. By midweek, they will all have played the same number of games, because Newcastle have their game against Crystal Palace in hand on Wednesday night. You can see that live on Sky Sports. If everybody were to win their remaining games, Newcastle would finish in third. That can't happen because they play each other, and it's not a possibility. But it just underlines how strong a position Newcastle have put themselves in.
Yeah, when you look at the games that's left for them, it's a tough run in. They've still got to play Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton. Aston Villa away as well. So it's a tough running, but the run of form they're in at the moment, it doesn't matter who they come up against. I feel like they're very confident. There's a real good togetherness about this team, and hopefully they can go on and get the results they need to get them into that Champions League place.
Opta have said that Aston Villa have got the lowest chance of finishing inside the top 5. When they've looked at the fixtures, they've looked at the kind of the corresponding fixtures earlier in the season. At this stage of the season, that doesn't always necessarily play out. But when you look at it, how do you assess Newcastle's chances of finishing in the Champions League spots?
They're certainly in the driving seat now, I think, with the games. They have the momentum. I was here about 6 weeks ago when they lost the cup game to Brighton, and I thought they'd do well to recover from that. I thought it was a huge setback. But my goodness, they've got good options off the bench. The attacking players are on fire. Then you bring on people like Gordon with the pace. United couldn't cope with it. But this is where you find out about your squads. You look at Aston Villa yesterday, bringing quality players off the bench. 3 of them obviously scoring. So that strength and depth will be tested over the next few weeks. But for Newcastle, and what Newcastle have got used to now over the last kind of good few months, they're used to winning big matches. I think they'll deal with that pressure. I think they've got a great chance, and certainly in the driving seat to get in that Champions League spot.
And David asked the guys there whether their reaction post Carabao Cup final win was even surpassing their own expectations. The question was asked, will this be the kind of pinnacle of their season, and will they coast to the end, or will they use it to kick on? And that's what they've done, Les.
I always feel there's pivotal games in the season, and I said that about the cup final. I felt if they won the cup final, that would boost them to go on and look for that Champions League place. Although they were thinking about it, that game I think against Liverpool showed them that they can play against these big sides and win them in a cup final, and that gives everyone a boost. I said they were going to party here until the end of the season now that they'd won that cup, and there's a real nice atmosphere around the place at the moment, and the players are feeding off that. And like I said, hopefully, I'm looking at those fixtures, and you look at Aston Villa, they've still got a Champions League game to play. You look at Chelsea, they're still in the Europa. So there's some teams there that are probably looking at other things as well as the league. But
games than Manchester United have this season because of their European involvement in the Europa League. That is Manchester United's route into the Champions League, should they win it. But it's not going well for them at all in the league. They find themselves in 14th place, on the wrong end of that 4-1 score.
Harvey, congratulations. Bruno, we have to start and talk. How much was that performance for Eddie Howe, wherever he was watching on from today?
Yeah, when we went to the pitch, we said we're gonna play for him. He has been part of our success. He has been unbelievable for us. So we miss him in the training out this week, and hopeful this win gonna give him a little bit of happiness. And we hopeful want to see him back for the next game. Just to give him a little bit of happiness on this tough week for him.
It's been a tough week for him, Harvey. Was he able to send you any messages ahead of today?
No, I think he's on the road to recovery, hopefully. So I think that's his main focus at the minute. But like Bruno said, he's so influential throughout the week and obviously on a match day. So we knew we had a job to do today without him, and we did that. We said that before the game. It was one of them where we need to put a smile on his face, and hopefully he's on the road to recovery.
Definitely put a smile on his face, and I think there's a fairly decent smile on yours. How good a week has it been for Harvey Barnes?
It's been good, I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm in a good rhythm of playing now, and I'm just enjoying being out on the pitch every week. So, long may it continue.
Bruno, how big has his contribution been in recent weeks, and particularly today?
He's an unbelievable player. He's fun. I love him, the way he plays, the way he should. He's always working hard and try to help the team, and he deserves his moment. I'm very, very happy for him. Like I said, he's an unbelievable professional and an unbelievable player.
Harvey, when we spoke on Monday night, you said Newcastle weren't at their best. In the second half in particular, did we see the best of Newcastle United?
Yeah, definitely. I think first half we played well. I know that the scoreline didn't show that, but I thought we dominated the first half and created chances. I think they only had the one shot on target, which they scored. So we were happy with the first half. We just knew we had to build on that, keep doing what we were doing, and the chances were going to come, and they did. In the end, it was a good game and a good scoreline.
Bruno, it's 5 wins on the spin in all competitions. People talked about whether you'd be able to kick on having won that trophy. Have you exceeded even your own expectations in what you've been able to do so far?
Yeah, we're happy about what we are doing so far, but I think as a group we just think game by game. We like we our next focus in the next game. We know we have been good, but for us it's not enough. Like we said, it was unbelievable win the cup, but we want more. It's not enough for us. We want to put our name in the club history, keep it going. So it's unbelievable what we have done so far, but we want more.
Quickly and finally, a word from both of you. How important is Champions League qualification?
Unbelievable, means everything for the club. Like we have done so far is good, but like I said, it's not enough. We want to play Champions League again next season, but we are just thinking game by game, step by step, and here we go to another one on Wednesday.
Yeah, you know, we've already had an unbelievable moment this year, and that obviously gets us European football. But we want to be in the Champions League. You know, we're proving that at the minute, game by game, and we've got ourselves into a good position in the league. You know, it's up to us. If we perform every week and get the results that we know we can, then we're going to be there come the end of the season. So it's what we want next year.
Well, listen, well done to both of you. Harvey, you are the player of the match. Bruno can't believe it, by the way. He was arguing the toss with me.
He deserves.
But you are, do the honours, Bruno.
Well done, bro. You deserve, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, 2 goals in his all-round performance. We'll see.